So the song we're doing is A Single Moment of Sincerity. It is a hardcore metal song by a band called Asking Alexandria. Basically we've chosen this song because the members of our group enjoy this sort of genre of music, especially Daryl. He's the one who chose it actually. We thought that it could be very interesting because we could use like the common sort of performance-based content that is found in most like metal or hard rock type videos, and then apart from that we can then use like narrative bits and all sorts of interesting like visual material, like really provocative imagery. So nothing too sort of out of this world, but quite, you know, something that you're not common to, you know, something that goes past the boundaries of sort of normality. Outfits and the sort of style of the band itself that are going to be the video is very sort of modern clothing, but done in sort of dark, very sort of you know, sort of violent imagery sometimes, you know, with like t-shirts of people's heads being ripped off and all sorts of things. And then the sort of common sort of like facial piercings, tattoos, all the sort of like, you know, fighting against the system, sort of rebellion type style of sort of youth today. When it comes to the locations of where we're going to film it, we really want somewhere like urban, sort of, you know, like an industrial estate or some sort of like thing like that. But then if we can't do that for whatever reason, I mean, we can go sort of more other sort of modern things. So like Daryl's father owns a bar which we could use, because then we could relate sort of the alcoholism of youth today and the sort of like fighting against you know, the sort of legal system and all that sort of rubbish.
Okay, this is basically concept part 2, and I'm Luke, this is Abby. We're going to be talking about stuff like props, costumes, lyrics, and like links between like locations and like the performance and lyrics. So yeah, basically for props, obviously the main thing is a metal video, so obviously we're going to need stuff like electric guitars, amps, jack leads, all that kind of stuff. And because that stuff's like really heavy, we're going to obviously need some form of transport to get to the locations that we've been planning. Yeah, performance. Basically, we're planning to cooperate ourselves in the music video, but also people that Freddie's been interviewing and asking to perform roles and stuff. Like, we discussed a little girl playing a violin somewhere in it, and I also, a couple of people we know that actually play the instruments themselves. So yeah. And then to locations again, we was trying to get locations to link in with the theme and like message behind it, and like obviously because the lyrics are a big part of the music video, and we sort of wanted to look for locations that have direct links to both the lyrics and the performance as well. And the actual performance itself is critical to the genre, so like you've got the headbanging, you've got the really hardcore playing in the rain type stuff, and like all the smashing guitars up and stuff like that.
The imagery, like the specific imagery that we want within the video. Like I mentioned that we're going to use like things that are out of the norm of like normal society and whatnot. But generally, like the idea of it, we want to make it very negative, sort of, you know, like depressed, sort of going along with the lyrics, sort of saying how, you know, this woman's left him, but his heart like thrives for her, and all the sort of like, you know, like deep sort of anger that there is within relationships between people. It's going to be very dark. Like what we're gonna try and do is, there's a section of the song where the vocals go into sort of the whole song, sort of the proper metal sort of thing, but then there's like a section where it sort of lightens up a bit and it's just like a violin, and is a lot more sort of light-hearted and a bit more happier. So what we're going to try and do then is try and bring the contrast of the video up to sort of relate to the contrast and the emotion of the new section that's come in. But then once it drops back into the metal section, we then bring the contrast back down again and make it look like it was before. Otherwise, that's pretty much what we can get for the content of what our video is. And yeah, we've just basically used this as a very visual piece and try to make it a bit more interesting. So thank you very much for watching.